So in this video we're going to talk about safety. There are a few important things that you need to do before you get onto the boat and go sailing. So the first thing you do is check the weather, make sure that the weather is good, make sure there's no storms coming, obviously check the radar online, etc., etc. Make sure that it's okay to go sailing. The other thing you want to do is make sure you have water with you, make sure you have sunscreen, apply it, and then also you can have sunglasses and a hat if you prefer. So once you have all that stuff good, ready to go, you can go ahead and get on the boat. How we're going to do that is when you step on, you're going to say stepping on. Someone's going to pull in one of the stern lines for you. That way the boat's closer to the dock. Sometimes when you tie it up, it's farther away. So let's do that now. So I'm going to pull in on the stern line, get the boat closer.
Stepping on.
There you go, stepping on. Cool. So now that we're on the boat, I want to make sure that everyone has a PFD on. If someone doesn't have a PFD, there are 6 or more located down in the hold, and you can just go ahead and grab one and hand them to whoever doesn't have one. When they have their PFD, make sure that it's secured, the straps are tight enough, and zipped up all the way, and that'll be for the entire duration of the sailing trip. So after...
When you first get on the boat, you want to grab the safety checklist and check that all the items are located on the boat. The safety checklist is located under the seat. On the back of the checklist, there's safety items to be checked before departure. So if we start at the top, the first thing we're going to check is PFDs. Down below in the cabin, there's going to be 6 blue PFDs. Before anyone gets on the boat, you want to make sure that they're wearing these. Next is a Throwable Red Cushion, also located under the seat. You'll throw this overboard if anyone happens to fall overboard. Next is a chartlet. On the back there's a map of the areas you can and cannot go, outlined in blue and red. Next is the paddle located in the companionway. Up front in the anchor locker is the anchor. You just want to go up here and check that it's attached to both the anchor and the boat. So if you pull it out, attach the anchor, and down there you can see that it's attached to the boat itself. Next is the tow line. The tow line will be located in a bucket down below. It has a highlighted end on both ends of the rope. And then our whistle is located in the back, tied to a string. In the front here we have our winch handle in this pocket. The bucket itself, and inside the bucket should also be a sponge. Our bilge pump handle, right there attached to another string. Next to it is the bilge pump itself. First aid kit and ice pack. Under the same seat that you got the chartlet from. In Ziploc baggies should be an ice pack and a first aid kit. And last but not least is gel ties, and there should be 3 in the bucket. 1, 2, 3.
So after you've gone through the safety checklist, you also want to walk through with your crew some important safety points that you want to make sure that you follow. So the first really important thing that we make sure we always do is hold on to something silver whenever we're on the boat. So the boom, when it's secured, that's fine to hold on to. Most times, if you're standing up and you're forward, the shrouds, the metal lines are good to hold on to. And also if you're up front working with the jib at all, the forestay is good to hold on to. If you're up front too working with the jib, you just want to make sure that when the sail's out, that you straddle the sail and all that. I also like to kneel down sometimes, makes it easier to work with it. In addition, when you're moving either aft or forward, you want to make sure that you don't go around the outside like this. That instead, when you're able, you pass through in between the mast and the shrouds on either side.
If you're not on the boat and you're not holding something silver and you're not walking around doing anything, you always want to be sitting down. So if you have any crew that are kind of just standing up watching what you're doing, just make sure that they take a seat. It's safer, especially if the boat is rocking, to just make sure that they're seated.
That's all for the safety video.